Welcome back to the channel. I'm Stasia Bliss. This is the reading for Scorpio for this next coming week. I've decided to omit the exact dates for the reading because it's just, it's timeless for the week that you're watching it. So let's go ahead and begin by clearing the energies of the cards and also your space. Feel the vibration moving out and removing old patterns so we can see what is being illuminated in the here and now. We clear the cards here and we also ask Spirit, Great Spirit, to help us tune into the messages that is most needed for Scorpio. Sun, moon, rising, or wherever you see Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio does rule our transformations. The death processes in our lives, the deep and dark waters, the inner caverns. It is one of the two mysterious houses, so your life is filled with those things in one way or another, or you are the embodiment in the zodiac of that energy of change, transformation, messages from the other sides. Card readings are Scorpionic. So let's get some cards for Scorpio today. I don't normally pull like that, but that's how it wanted to happen. Okay, disciplined attention to what the moment requires of us. Lutrevas is the angel guiding this concept. Disciplined attention to what the moment requires of us. I heard someone say, I want to look at that picture longer. It's very simple, but it definitely has an interesting effect on mind. Heeding the call of inspiration, Clijeres. Heeding the call of inspiration. In humility, acknowledge the perfection of life unfolding. Angel is Havranut. In humility, acknowledge the perfection of life unfolding. Some artists, perhaps, or birthing artists that are needing to keep a focus is one thing that's coming through. Let's pull from the herb realm for Scorpio. Scorpio vibes in the collective. What is the message for this energy? Okay, build and brighten. Build and brighten. We've got the cat tail, the builds that can be used as building material, the animals used to build, and brighten, calendula, sun resonating herb. This feels very Tauran, so I always recommend checking out your opposing sign because it is like two sides of a coin, so you can feel what's going on the back side. So there is some Taurus energy there in build. Let's get some crystal vibes. They're all about it. I'm going to shift these around because you can't see it anyway. And I want to take a look at all this so I can tell you what I see. All right, for Scorpio. Scorpio, what are the crystal allies, Spirit, showing for Scorpio? Okay, we just have the one, Polychrome Jasper. Card 31, that's a 4. Again, a foundational number. This is a card in this deck about belonging. Belonging. Build something where you can belong. Heed the call. Acknowledge life's unfolding for you, Scorpio. Rhodiola, wisdom. Oh, that's a big story here. Okay, rhodiola, very nourishing plant. And look, there's a unicorn there. Card number 37 is a 10, which is a 1, a new beginning. horsetail. So it's funny, we have cattail and horsetail. This is the card of patience. So there's a white horse in both of these, just one of them has a horn. So there's that purity, bright and purity. We also have the pineal gland as a pine cone being shown, brightening up here. And this is Venus-Saturn energy. And this is Uranian-Mercury energy. Okay, milk thistle, peaceful warrior. Let's get through these. See what's here. Passion flower, surrender. Neptunian lunar energy, card 43, which is a 7. St. John's wort is the sun and radiance. Oh, we've got a bunch here. Pada Arco is metamorphosis. Moon and Pluto vibes. And Calendula, purity, again, the sun. So as I'm recording this, we're under a full moon lunar eclipse with Pisces, sun in Virgo. So I'm definitely noticing where the sun is in your reading, that it is prominent, it is overhead. We also have a full moon here with passion flower. So this does feel very timely. So even if you're watching this later, whatever's occurring under this moon eclipse has longer standing effects, let's say, if you surrender to the wisdom you're gaining in this time. And it's going to take some patience. It's not going to change overnight, but a process is beginning to change for you. You're beginning to understand how to use the tools that you have. You're starting to understand like when to wait, when to charge, like where you belong in the overall scheme of things. It's like I keep hearing brighten and build, brighten and build. Scorpio has a tendency to be dark, and heavy, or bitchy, or just like, not always. I love you guys. I truly do. I love Scorpios. I have a Scorpio sun. So like snarkity or manipulative sometimes, but there also is to you a very bright side because you're so emotionally in tuned. So build on that bright side of you right now. Build on the bright side of you under this solar energy. And we're moving in the northern hemisphere to the winter time. So we're about to cross over the equinox. The sun is not going to be as bright in the sky. But since you are like your energy, Scorpio, leads us into the depths of winter. From the Libra energy of equinox, you take us into the solstice. You are that water into the underworld, okay? And so this is an encouragement to bring with you the sun, build bright energy, heat the coal. Life is unfolding, and you have a way of like being able to brighten up those waters for people. Like everyone's going through it, right? We're totally through it. Like we all have a piece in the collective unfolding. And what's ours to do? Well, if you guardian those deep waters, what you do? Yeah, just ponder. I can't help but note there's a fire in this house up here on the hill. And here they're just like running and the sun's shining, and it's like there's fire in somebody's house that you can like actually bring some, and this is not a literal fire, hopefully. There's another great Trevor Hall song. I think it's called Fire in Your House. I mean, sometimes we have an obligation to watch another person's house burn, meaning metaphorically their life fall down. We almost like we have to hold space for that for other people sometimes, because we can see how it's part of a deeper unfolding. But part of that comes from our own house burning, like the structure of our reality, which we thought was so great and we had this great idea for, and then like it's collapsing. I know you got the Tower card last week. So we're looking for a new place of belonging. Let's get some tarot for our Scorpio. So this really starts with brightening your own underworld passage. Like whatever darkness you are in right now, because you're not going to be able to do that for the collective until you're doing it in your own life. So for Scorpio, what's the tail here? Okay. King of Pentacles. Reverse Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, reverse Nine of Wands. Well, for some of you, this is about the king of the castle, either husband or man of the house or significant other who held a strong, powerful spot. You might be King of Pentacles if you are the keeper of your space. But that energy of, you know, I got my house, my home, my land, my riches, like my business, whatever, King of Pentacles. Through this hardship that you're going through, because you are King of Pentacles, like there is a strong, safe, secure vibe to you, or to part of you, but there's a space in you, because you are going to be able to do this for the collective, like you have it in you to see the opportunity how to reclaim yourself through the, let's say, the difficult passage that's occurring right now for you. It's an opportunity, don't miss it, to reclaim a part of yourself, to soul retrieve a part of yourself that was dropped down in that murky water of Scorpio somewhere in the past. And so to use wisdom now to go in, like the roots of the rhodiola go down deep into the soil of you. You only become wise by, you know, reaching out your roots, your branches, your feelers, your mind, your subconscious. You become wise by reaching into all the places and gaining the nourishment, like the rhodiola tree. You're gaining the nourishment from all the things that you have contacted. And I mean, it seems like you're struggling a bit with your power, which is a normal trait of Scorpio. It's always a power struggle. Like, are you the most powerful? Because you don't want to give your power away, so you want to overpower. But really, there's a fine balance between the people in your life that, you know, it's not always about one or the other being in control. That's an old pattern, Scorpio, that is needing wisdom around. This is like a control dynamic that maybe comes from your father for some of you, or the lack of, or the way that you were, like, it's almost like you got your power taken away when you were young, and so you've been like, almost like you've been fighting for it your whole life. That might resonate for some of you. But you are cultivating this more peaceful warrior, right? Because you're here at this age, at this time on the earth, this ascension process, this planet, you have it in you coded somewhere. You wouldn't be watching this video that you're some kind of a spiritual warrior, peaceful warrior. You want to be, but you have some old childhood patterns that, again, you want to build with a brighter perspective. You want to build your home, your new reality. You want to bring purity back in, realness back in, radiance back in. And so we don't want to just leave the house burning on the hill in your own home. You want to either let it completely deconstruct and rise from those ashes, as is also the Scorpio's final evolution is the phoenix, right? So it might be some of these old patterns just do have to burn down for you. And for some of you, there's some tending to what's burning, that you still are able to, you know, reclaim that space. Okay, let's get some clarification for Scorpio. Why is King of Pentacles here? Why King of Pentacles for Scorpio. Why is King of Pentacles here? I'm going to make a fan this time. I love Trevor Hall, so you probably hear me talk about him. He's like the perfect kind of guy in my sense, because he plays amazing guitar and sings conscious music. And he has a great voice. Very sexy. The Death card. So interesting. You get that with King of Pentacles. I mean, there's either a major loss with a major masculine in your life, like they died, or they left, or you kicked them out, or you broke up, or whatever happened. There's a severing there, and that's why you feel a bit disempowered. And this is a pattern, it feels like, going back for you. Four of Cups reversed is clarifying. Page of Pentacles reversed. What are we taking for granted here? Don't take for granted this opportunity. You've been working at this a long time. This is like the end. Why Seven of Wands here? Reverse Knight of Wands, the Fool. You're shy to step out in a new way. Why is Knight of Wands reversed? This really does go back to your childhood, I feel like, Scorpio. Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, Three of Cups, Five of Swords. But I think you're ready to stop fighting yourself with this. Like, you want to bring your life into balance and celebrate, and you have been like fighting this, you know, love within yourself. And for some of you, you need to stop fighting yourself about a love in your life and celebrate it and realize it is in harmony and it is in balance. Like, stop fighting it, celebrate. That's for some of you. And that can also apply to this inner place. So again, it could be a relationship. You lost the person and now you're having to find yourself again. And like, stop fighting yourself on the matter. Celebrate, you know, celebrate yourself coming into new balance in your life and not being shy to move forward toward a more aligned future, to surrender to what the universe is bringing you and follow the inspiration. For some of you, because of childhood wounds or past traumas where you feel like you've lost your power, you're shy to move forward and you're battling yourself about a relationship. But I see with the Lovers and the Five of Swords and Three of Cups, when you should instead be celebrating. And so brighten toward the building of something, right? Instead of looking back at all the times it's deconstructed and fallen apart in the past. Surrender to the building, the cattail, and brighten where you're building. Because the underworld is also somewhere that we visit together in relationship, and we visit in ourselves. Like, we don't just move from the summer and radiance. I mean, it's beautiful and important to shed things. So even as we go into a relationship, if it's happening as we're going across the river Styx into the underworld, right, or into winter, there are things to shed in order to cultivate the deepness that two people can find in the winter months together. And I always recommend that you watch the opposite reading. So I was thinking of the winter cards that came up for Taurus. There's really only 6 zodiac signs, and the others are the opposites. So Scorpio, Taurus are like two sides of the same coin. And believe me, I know it's true because I have a Taurus and a Scorpio sun, and they are like night and day from each other. He's day, he's night, he's night, he's day. He's yes, he's no, he's music on, he's music off. You know, it's like, so this reading and that reading complement each other, right, in seeing both sides of this thing. Okay, let's look at the higher message or lesson that's playing out for Scorpio that's beginning in this week, or that's being emphasized in this week. And again, remember, this is a collective reading. So if you want a personal reading, there's the ether on the back, then reach out to me and let's do a personal reading. I do them worldwide, anywhere. Okay, we've got a soul star chakra activation. This is above your head. This is where you like be open to inspiration. Realm bridger. Well, some of you guys are shy to connect with someone because you know it's going to take you to the next level. Unique gifts, but your unique gifts are coming. They're coming out and they're expressing, and it's because you're connecting in deeper. Again, watch the opposite sign, Taurus. Communication, co-creation. So some of these are messages just specifically for one of you or a couple of you. Earth star chakra, that's connecting you to the earth and the libraries of the planet. And crown chakra. If you want to see the cards longer, you can always pause the video, right? So there's definitely some major activation between Earth and Star for you. So that is bringing in some unique gifts and making, like, having you contact more deeply. Maybe some of your star family for some of you, or just higher awarenesses or wisdoms in you. And this, it's like what you've just been through over the last week and maybe weeks has prepared you for taking your power back and for surrendering to a new level of wisdom, right? The tower moments have to occur to shake it out sometimes and bring you into a new space. Let's get you an animal totem. Scorpio. Who's walking with Scorpio this week that I can call on? The eagle, mastery. It says, you're on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You're guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Yeah, this is a major up level for you. Eagle is an omen, and it is crossing you between worlds. Let's get you some embodiment cards. Native spirit, practice for Scorpio, spirit keeper of the South. South is always transformation. But I believe in this book, she's also talking about being abundance. Let me just make sure. I like to honor the, she says abundance and prosperity. The South is always traditionally the direction of death and change and transformation. And so there's an honoring to the South of those things, but it does bring in rapid growth after that and abundance. So even turning to the South, acknowledging that and opening your arms, you have already gone through a lot of the house burning down phase, Scorpio. I feel like for many of you that's what you just went through. So now we're in this rebuilding on the brighter side. We're connecting into a higher power. We're surrendering to the abundance and where we do belong, like where we are supposed to fit into this universal scheme of things. So wishing you all the best on that. That's all I have for you today. We'll see you next time. Much love and namaste.